Down, the best friend. She went and did the same thing.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go. Opposite. Green.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2nd and 11. And caught by London. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Ritter and London team up there. First down, Atlanta.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Pollard going to try the right side. It's a room to maneuver. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays. You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Ready?
Up the middle, here's Taylor. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to Taylor on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ultra. On the ball. Ready.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Hey, cross field. Hey, check Vega.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to watch and know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
17.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Falcons! Terry McLaurin, 55 yards. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Let's go.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
38.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Ready. Going to be rail.
They'll look to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He finds his man complete. That's Hines. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind him. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First and 10, Taylor now. To the 27-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And able to get this to the 31.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
10 seconds.
Here's 2nd and 8. Catch made here by Campbell. Room here to run. Touchdown, Colts. Harris Campbell, 31 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
Ready, play.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Right, 97. Right,
now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time.
And the Colts.
Possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
It's Edwards again.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, ready. 19 tight. 19 tight.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go now.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he's got it down to the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Rodrigo Blankenship and the Colts field goal unit comes on. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jonnu Smith, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the set.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime.
He's got a man complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Edwards.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Indianapolis, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like a fashion, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war, and they wanna give them more when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just want to see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best. We don't worry who is next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a 10 feet of bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath. I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga. Put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up. Call me soldier, soldier. Flow feeling colder. Some call it polar. You don't wanna box me. I'm feeling cocky. Hair stocky. Leave him floppy. Face naughty. Talking all aki. Think he big poppy. Then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious. You too sloppy. Cheap copy. I'm rocky. Leave his eyes all glossy. But in the end zone is where you can spot when I touch down. Touchdown. Touchdown. Whenever I touch down. Touchdown. Touchdown. Whenever I touch down. Touchdown. Touchdown. Whenever I touch down. Touchdown. Touchdown.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go getter. Wake up in